I'll read the invocation. All praise to you, gracious Creator. You have gathered us in this university community to praise you by our words and our works. Bless the University of Alberta, which seeks to teach whatsoever things are true. Bless the students and professors, the non-academic staff and support staff, the administration, and all those who volunteer on the University Board of Governors, the Senate, the Alumni Council, and all who promote education in our community. We ask that those who leave here today, blessed with their degrees, may be given grace and strength to serve in our global home. May we grow in wisdom and grace before you and all your people. May this university always be a home of truth and wisdom, of faith and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. My name is Ralph Young. I have the privilege and high honor of serving as the Chancellor of the University of Alberta and representing the public interest in this university. On behalf of our entire community, I am delighted to welcome you all to this convocation. To begin, I wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous peoples, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are gathered today. I also wish to acknowledge and honor the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have added so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture which is built on the legacy of all those who have come before us. Today, we pledge to uphold that legacy as we continue to pursue whatsoever things are true. This is a time of great joy and thanksgiving, and we are very pleased that so many friends and family members could join us as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. I recall as a young student how slowly time seemed to pass and how graduation seemed an eternity away. Now for many of you today, it's only minutes away. Today our lives are very busy, but I have observed that the older that I get, more life seems to speed up. Chief Crowfoot of the Siksika Nation once said, and I quote, "What is life? It is a flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is a little shadow that runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset." There is real value in slowing our pace and stopping to celebrate something truly important. Your graduation from the University of Alberta is such an occasion, and we're honored to share this celebration with you. I'd like to take a few minutes to outline the meaning and traditions of the Convocation at the University of Alberta. The tradition of Convocation, a gathering together of all qualified degree holders in a university community, dates back almost 700 years into medieval times. Generations and generations of scholars have walked in your footsteps. Led by the Chief Marshal and the University Mace, today's formal procession originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Our university coat of arms above us includes the great horned owl, the Book of Learning, the pronghorn antelope from Alberta's coat of arms, and our own golden bear, mascot of our university. Our motto, Caecumque Vera, Latin for whatsoever things are true, is at its foundation. As your Chancellor, I wear a university green and gold with great pride and respect. Our colors reflect Alberta's fields and forests, but green also symbolizes new life, and gold certainly also represents the lasting value of a sound education. The academic gowns, hoods, and caps declare in their various designs and colors the academic qualifications of the faculty who are here to celebrate with you. Similarly, the academic apparel you wear today signifies to everyone here and to society your degree of proficiency as graduates. The next step, when each of you crosses the stage as your name is called, is the most important part of the day. The moment we shake hands is the moment that your degree is conferred. And that's the moment that binds us together as a university community for all time. In that moment, you become both the present and the future of our university, and we welcome you to that convocation. So all of you here, your family and friends, are witness to your pledge. All of the history and tradition within today's ceremony leads us directly to you, our graduates. This is why we're so glad to have you all here with us today. We're also privileged to welcome Mr. Bruce Hogan, who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary doctorate of laws. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrates extraordinary achievements, or recognizes remarkable contributions to society. Joining the celebration on the stage today is our President, Dr. Indira Samarasekera, Mr. Doug Goss, Chair of our Board of Governors. I'm most equally and delighted to welcome here on stage His Honor, Dr. Donald Ethel, Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Alberta. Welcome, Dr. Ethel. Chancellor Ellen Wakowicz, both an honorary degree recipient and now Chancellor of the University College at Concordia in Edmonton. Board Chair Emeriti and past honorary degree recipient, the Honorable Dr. James Edwards. Past honorary degree recipients, Drs. William Stewart, Herb Belcourt, and Louise Hayes. Ms. Linda Duncan, Member of Parliament for Edmonton Strathcona, represents this area in our federal parliament. And Mr. George Rogers, Deputy Speaker and MLA for Leduc-Beaumont. I would also like to recognize Elder Don Langford, who is here today to extend a special note of congratulations to our Aboriginal graduates as they receive their degrees. We're all here for this special celebration, and most of all, we hope that you enjoy the day. And it's now my pleasure to invite our Board Chair, Mr. Doug Goss, to bring greetings from the Board of Governors.
Well, good morning. It is indeed a pleasure, Eminent Chancellor, to bring greetings on behalf of our Board of Governors this morning. In particular, I wanted to welcome His Honor, Dr. Don Ethel. Great to have you here, sir. Dr. Indira Samarasekera, distinguished guests, graduates, families, friends, and a special welcome to Bruce Hogan and his family. I'm honored to be here today to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors. Convocation is a special time when the entire university community gathers to celebrate your tremendous achievements. Indeed, we have much to celebrate, but today we especially gathered to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2014. You have achieved a level of excellence which will be forever recognized in your university degree, a University of Alberta degree. As Chair of the Board of Governors, I want to assure you that the U of A remains steadfast in its pursuit of being among the world's great public universities. And our Board of Governors stands united in its commitment to excellence across this entire institution. You know, it's an absolutely extraordinary time for this university and our province. We stand positioned to achieve some rare excellence. Your degree positions you to compete with the very best in the world. You are only limited by your own ambition and creativity, both of which I know you have in abundance. In short, graduates, you are our pride and joy, and I know you will bring great honor not only to this institution, but to our entire community as you work to solve the many challenges currently facing our city, province, and indeed the global community. The Board of Governors salutes you today, and we hope this ceremony will be remembered as a highlight in a full and satisfying career. Remain ambitious, remain creative in all of your pursuits. Congratulations to you and your families, and our very best wishes in all your future endeavors. It's now my privilege to introduce Mr. George Rogers, Deputy Speaker and MLA for Leduc-Beaumont. George.
Thank you, and good morning. Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, Chairman Goss and the Board of Governors, President Samarasekera, faculty members and staff, graduates, family, and friends, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to this morning's honorary degree recipient, Mr. Bruce Hogan. Bruce, you've touched countless lives through your use of mass media for the social good. This is an honor well deserved. I'm very pleased to bring greetings today on behalf of the Honorable Dave Hancock, Premier of the Province of Alberta and Minister of Innovation and Advanced Education, and all my colleagues in the Legislative Assembly. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today to help you celebrate what is, in many ways, the first day of the rest of your professional lives. Some of you are leaving these familiar hallways after 3 years of law school or a combined 7 years, including your undergrad studies in the many doctrines that you've studied. You may feel that you're leaving the promised land and the comforts of the known with familiar friends and instructors and changing it for the unknown with unfamiliar faces and a gray, dull world of work. Nothing, ladies and gentlemen, could be further from the truth. I remember what it was like to be setting out for the first time, and I can tell you that, yes, it is possible to be excited, happy, and very anxious all at the same time. Some of you may think that you have it all figured out. You may be jumping straight into a promising career, or perhaps you're planning to continue your studies. Others, however, may be nervous about tomorrow because you don't know what it will bring, but that's okay. No matter what you plan on doing next week, next month, or even next year, you are all armed with the greatest tool you will ever need, an education. And it's not just any education. You have concluded a program of study from one of the finest institutions anywhere. And I can't resist, ladies and gentlemen, I'm of Jamaican heritage, and I would say this is not a pia education, and for the few Jamaicans out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. You are joining an alumni body that includes successful Canadians in all walks of life, including Chief Justice Beverly McLaughlin, past Chief Justice Alan Wackwish, Dr. Wackwish, who is here with us this morning, former Prime Minister Joe Clark, our Premier, the Honorable Dave Hancock, QC, and many others who have changed our country and world immeasurably for the better. Life is full of uncertainty. It changes, evolves, grows, soars high, and on occasion can come crashing down. But that's no different than what you have already experienced to get to this point. You've all had to face challenges, experience defeat, and brave the unknown. Be confident in yourselves, your skills, your knowledge, and keep an open mind towards the future. Be lifelong learners. One thing that has served me well is the value of being flexible, being open to new ideas, new concepts, meeting new people, and tackling fresh challenges. Very few people, no one follows the same road in life. We're all different. We all bring our own perspectives, experiences, and history, and we're all responsible for defining and charting our own success and failures. Very few people leave school and plan a career in politics. I certainly didn't. I studied and worked in accounting in the private and public sectors, sold real estate, and here I stand today as your government's representative. I couldn't have done it without being open to new ideas and challenges. You are now all equipped with the ability to make the life that you want for yourself and to make that a reality. You're likely eager, impatient even, to make the leap forward and change the course of your future. Embrace that energy, that can-do spirit that has helped make Alberta the envy of just about every other jurisdiction in North America and possibly the world. It's what drives our progress, and that spirit is what we need your generation to embrace. How far your leadership, inspiration, and determination take you and this province is up to you. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Alberta has a great history of dreamers achieving great things, and I believe that each of you will find your way to build on that legacy. There will always be new challenges or new issues that need addressing with creative, innovative solutions. It's been said that decisions are made by those who show up. You have shown up and achieved greatness, and that is being recognized here today. So ask yourself, where will you be when a problem needs solving? Where will you be when it's time to make your community, your city, your province, and our world a much better place? As University of Alberta graduates, each of you has a very, very bright future ahead. You and your friends, your families, your professors have every right to be very proud today. A job well done. The sky is the limit because you have been grounded with a very good foundation right here at your alma mater. Look around and remember the people who are here today to share and celebrate this milestone with you. Never forget the people who have helped to make this day possible. Seek other perspectives, be inquisitive, seek creativity, challenge yourself, and grow by doing things that stretch your mind and test your limits. Congratulations to you all, the graduating class of 2014. The journey has just begun. Welcome to the rest of your life. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Class of 2014, congratulations. As president of the University of Alberta, I take pride in knowing that we have demanded much from you over the last several years. Our emphasis on excellence means that your professors have done their best to test your limits, pushed you to do more than you often thought was possible, and asked you to pursue tough questions and tackle difficult problems. I hope that we have inspired you, opened up new avenues of thought and inquiry for you, helped you deepen your understanding of our world and your own talents and passions. A lot has been written about your generation, about how you understand the world and your passions and your interests. I know because I've done my research. Each year, when I prepare my convocation speech, I begin with two questions. What does this year's group of graduates want to hear from me? And what do they need to hear from me? So I've read quite a bit about you over the years, and quite a confusing picture emerges. You're either slackers or you are ambitious overachievers. Then again, you don't want to work overtime, apparently, or wear suits, or take instructions from your bosses. By some accounts, you are stressed out because failure is not an option, while other accounts say that your self-esteem is seriously out of whack after years of being given medals for just showing up for the game. You aren't readers, apparently, but then again, yours is the generation which made Harry Potter the best-selling book series of all time. You are a new generation of social activists inciting major political change, and yet we can't figure out how to get you to vote. And finally, we all know that you are the most connected generation ever, never more than a thumb tap away from others, and yet your parents are wondering if you're ever going to move out. Find someone and possibly settle down. I tell you, it's challenging to nail you down, as hard as people in my generation have been trying to do it. And that's who's doing the research. Your parents' generation, mine. This is nothing new, of course. Younger generations have been confusing and perplexing older generations for, well, a very long time. Now that I'm in that generation, looking back, I'm beginning to understand why. We're worried. We're afraid that we've made some big mistakes, that we haven't prepared you properly for a fulfilling and rewarding life. But when I look back on my own life, as different as I was from my parents, from the professors and teachers who guided me along the way, as much as I might have confused them with my unconventional wish to become an engineer, or my decision to leave Sri Lanka for the US and Canada, I also know that it is their good advice that has stayed with me through the years. And so today, given that the research has failed to help me pinpoint precisely what it is you need or want to hear from me, I would like to share that advice with you in hopes that it will also strike a chord with you. First, from my father. He was a man who valued excellence. He often engaged my siblings and me with stories and achievements of Nobel Prize winners and Olympic champions. There we were in Sri Lanka, far from the cities and countries where such triumphs generally emerged. And he instilled in us the importance of doing our best, being the best people and thinkers we were capable of being. Buried within this advice was a precious gift. The fact that he believed we had the stuff within us to really excel and meet the challenge. I know that this is also there within you. As I said at the beginning of my speech, a U of A degree is demanding. We've pushed you, and you've risen to the test. The second piece of advice comes from my graduate supervisor, Keith Bremercombe, an Albertan who grew up not far from here, actually, near Camrose. He was a tremendously wise and kind man. There was a period in my academic career when things were not going well, and I was toying with giving it up for something else. Not on your life, he told me. You have the talent to make a real contribution, and you have a duty to use that talent well, he said. I remember it like it was yesterday. What a gift that was. Not to be told I had talents, which of course was nice. The real insight in his words was his reminder that a life well lived, a rewarding life, requires that you do not squander your opportunity to add to society, to improve things, and to make a difference. Each one of you has talents, and along with them, knowledge, skills, and experiences that you are obligated to use well in the service of others. That's what the U of A's first president, Henry Marshall Torrey, meant when he said that a university education is for the uplifting of the whole people. The third piece of advice I want to share with you is my own. Release your imagination and be creative in all that you do. Einstein said that to stimulate creativity, you must develop a childlike desire for play. This is why I'm a fan of Dr. Seuss. Few other authors, in my view, capture the value of imagination, creativity, and play as fully as he did. And he did it using a host of words and situations that make no sense at all. What did he teach us? When it's raining outside and a cat in a hat knocks on the door, don't be afraid, don't be a fish and say no, no, no. Instead, embrace the chaos, the mess, and the good fun that's funny. Experiment a little. See if you can balance on a ball holding the cup and the milk, the cake and some books, a rake and a ship. In other words, be creative, take risks. Yes, they can be messy. Yes, they can go seriously wrong. But what's the alternative? Sitting by your window, passively watching the world go by? The one thing that I am certain about your generation is this: you must be adaptable, imaginative, and creative. This world faces significant challenges. Bring original, fresh thinking to these problems and take the risks needed to solve them. We've done our best to give you the knowledge, the tools, and the skills that are currently available, but they will just be your starting point. We need you to be the very best you can possibly be. We need you to develop your talents and use them well. We need you to imagine and then create a world that is healthier, cleaner, more peaceful, and prosperous. You are about to enter the family of U of A alumni numbering more than 275,000. Each generation has built upon the example and the foundation laid by the generation before. Look to your U of A family and to today's honorary degree recipient, Mr. Bruce Hogan, for inspiration and for guidance. We will be there to guide you and push you forward, to help you achieve what we have not yet achieved. Good luck, class of 2014, and warmest congratulations again to all of you. It is now my pleasure to introduce His Honor, Dr. Donald Ethel, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
Good afternoon, Chancellor Ralph Young, Board of Governors Chair Doug Goss, Madam President, MLA George Rogers, Deputy Speaker, Special Guest of Honor Bruce Hogan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to join in congratulating the U of A class of 2014 and to recognize a truly deserving honorary degree recipients. 3 years ago, I enjoyed the privilege of investing Mr. Bruce Hogan as a member of the Alberta Order of Excellence. The following year, I was pleased page 3. I was pleased to present Bruce with the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal to honor his service to our nation. These recognitions and the honor degree he will receive today are more than simply a way to acknowledge the work of a great citizen. We celebrate people like Bruce Hogan because they offer sterling examples of the power we all have to make a difference. They remind us that giving back is part of who we are as Canadians. Throughout his service, the tool that Bruce has used to greatest effect, in addition to his integrity and compassion, is the journalistic ethic that prompts him to why, not why not. There are countless examples we can draw from his career. For example, Bruce asked himself why foster children with special needs face difficulties finding homes, and then went about creating a highly successful program that matches those children with the loving families they deserve. Through the Good Neighbor Fund, quote unquote, he created, Bruce has also been answering the question, why do people in our communities slip through the cracks and what can we do to help them? Bruce Hogan has never been one to leave pressing questions unanswered. He sees what needs to be done and rallies support to achieve that vision. I certainly couldn't think of a better source of inspiration for the class of 2014. In your time at the U of A, you've learned that success comes from commitment, hard work, and discipline. And I have every confidence that you will apply those tools as you work to fulfilling professional careers. But I hope that you'll also apply your skills to service as caring and committed citizens. When you see something in your community or in society that could be better, don't stop at wondering why or how it got that way. Ask yourself what can be done to make it better and how you can be an agent of positive change. That is the path to true success and satisfaction in life. It's one that will offer countless rewards for you, for your fellow Albertans, and for all Canadians. As Her Majesty the Queen's representative, it's my pleasure to congratulate each one of you for reaching this important milestone. I'd also like to recognize all of the parents and loved ones who have supported your graduates along the way. You can take them off the payroll now. Finally, congratulations and thank you to Bruce Hogan for his exemplary service. Thank you, God bless, God save the Queen, and enjoy this tremendous celebration.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
You will always find it, your own courage or theirs, in the eyes of the other.
Go where there's no path and leave a trail for someone else.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Travel well, travel without prejudice, live long and prosper.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, I am honored to introduce Bruce W. Hogan for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. When we watch the news on television, what do we learn about the world in which we live? What do we learn about ourselves? Who tells us these stories and why? Television's power to challenge, provoke, or inspire us reveals a series of choices. choices that in turn reflect the priorities and values of news directors and public affairs managers behind the scenes. This morning, we honor a pioneering voice in Western Canadian media who sought for over a generation to address injustice and improve our community. Standing at the forefront of local television for 30 years, Bruce Hogan set a journalistic standard at CFRN that established Edmonton as one of the most competitive news markets in the country. With thousands of radio and television credentials, editorials to his credit, Bruce Hogan's many legacies include increased awareness of the impact of crime on victims and their families, live coverage of debates in our legislature, positive changes to Alberta's adoption laws, and increased support to individuals with learning disabilities. Tomorrow, Bruce and Gail Hogan will celebrate their 60th wedding anniversary with friends and family. Today, we celebrate Bruce Hogan's enduring leadership, his innate sense of fairness, and his remarkable generosity of spirit. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present Bruce Hogan.
Bruce W. Hogan, in recognition of an influential pioneer in broadcast journalism and an exemplary leader in community service, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Congratulations, Bruce.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's wonderful to have you here as part of our family. And the Koreans will take this.
Eminent Chancellor, Madam President, representative on the Board of Governors, graduates, friends, and family. Thank you, Dr. Leslie Cormack, for that lovely introduction. May I offer my sincere thanks and gratitude for this prestigious honorary Doctor of Laws degree from the University of Alberta, an educational institution held in the highest esteem throughout this global village. May I also extend congratulations to other honorary degree recipients, as well as the 420 graduates receiving their University of Alberta degrees today. I think Christian Larson was truly thinking of you when he said, "Have pride in how far you have come, and have faith in how far you can go." I'm delighted Lieutenant Governor Donald Ethel is with us, as I enjoy working with him on behalf of the Life Saving Society, and I really, truly enjoyed his remarks this morning. I've also enjoyed working with Chancellor Ralph Young in the past. Also, Dr. Herb Belcourt, subject of Hogan editorials years ago, that eliminated discriminatory legislation that prevented him and other Albertans from adopting children because they were deemed too old at the age of 45. I'm pleased to have my nominations here, along with former and current directors of the Good Neighbor Fund, past and present CFRN, CTV colleagues, fellow Shriners, and longtime treasured friends. May I humbly add that any success I may have had as a journalist or community activist can be attributable to the incredible people I've worked with over the years, some here today. I think you can appreciate, with the zany hours of journalism and numerous missed family functions, I have to thank my beloved wife, Gail. As was indicated by the good doctor, we celebrate 60 years of marriage tomorrow, and as well as equally understanding sons and their wives, Bill and Key, Randy and Sharon, Steve and Kathy, plus grandchildren and their mates, Kirsten and Dustin, Zach and Ava, Bruce Jr., and Sinuan. I think they're all inspired, me, our family, by our middle son, Randy, who attended schools for the blind in Brantford and Vancouver, and then took law in 1979 at the U of A when Frank Jones was dean. At that time, we had 17 tremendous volunteer readers, plus his two brothers, tape all of Randy's books, with Bob Green of the faculty taping the exams, and Dean Jones providing a room within the faculty for Randy and all his equipment. I think Randy's achievements inspired older brother Bill to take law at the U of A as a mature married student, with Bill and Key taking care of mentally challenged adults at the same time. Younger brother Steve and his wife Kathy were equally inspired to take a year leave from CFRN TV and the school where Kathy taught to both teach in Japan while also homeschooling their two small children at the same time. Others in your lives have truly provided similar inspiration. They've assisted you in determining what works for you and what doesn't. What are you good at and not so good at? Where do your passions lie and what leaves you cold? Only you can provide those answers, which is also true of the major issues you'll face in the years ahead, such as Canadians in 1976 deciding to end capital punishment, with the Canadian military following in 1998. Capital punishment is still prevalent, though, in 34 countries, including Lebanon, China, Japan, and the U.S. You graduates come from all walks of life, be it Alberta, Canada, or elsewhere. Stats Canada says by the year 2031, almost half of our population over the age of 15 will be internationally born or have at least one international born parent. Canada is the richer for that, and while we are a bilingual nation, we are fast becoming a multicultural one. And that certainly emphasizes the words of former Governor General Quebec-born George Vanier, who said, "I am not French, I am not English, I am Canadian." Words by another Governor General, Vincent Massey, also seem appropriate this morning. Governor General Massey said this: "4 things in the land shall dwell, if it succeed and prosper well. 1 is manhood, true and good. 1 is noble womanhood. 1 is child life, pure and bright. 1 an altar kept alight. 1 an altar kept alight." In your case, I'm not talking about lights on your altars fueled by Alberta oil or natural gas. I'm talking about lights on your individual altars being fed with fuels that only you can ignite, namely compassion, honesty, truth, commitment, empathy, understanding, courage, dependability, and humanitarianism. These are the same lights on the altar that our leaders of yesteryear used to build this magnificent University of Alberta, this outstanding province of Alberta, and this phenomenal Dominion of Canada. Those are also the same lights on the altar for which 100,000 young Canadian men and women, many the same ages as you, gave their lives in time of war and peacekeeping missions, with another 200,000 wounded. I would compare these lights on your altar to the lights of knowledge, which you have acquired over the last number of years from superb, dedicated University of Alberta professors, thus enabling you to be well prepared to become our leaders of tomorrow. Leaders or prospective leaders raise the standards by which they judge themselves and by which they are willing to be judged. Leaders also make a firm commitment to those communities in which they live and work, be it any province within this glorious country or any nation which attracts you and what you have to offer. Thus, surround yourself with people who see no obstacle or challenge that can't be met. Involve yourselves with those who have positive outlooks on life. Dismiss those who solely deal with doom and gloom. And remember, to the world, you may be just one person, but to that one person, you may be the world. In conclusion, I want to commend the University of Alberta for starting this convocation with the singing of O Canada, our national anthem, because that enables me to leave you 420 forthcoming degree recipients with a challenge regarding Canada's 150th birthday in 2017, which is just 3 years from now. The challenge, in my case, will be writing Governor General David Johnston, the Prime Minister, our highly esteemed Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, as well as every other Lieutenant Governor, every Premier, and our 3 territorial commissioners. I seek their support and endorsement to have students collectively sing our national anthem once a week in every Canadian elementary school, be they public, Catholic, private, religious, or multicultural. In your case, should you accept the challenge, I envisage your support and endorsement wherever you live in Canada. That being to contact your school boards and your elementary schools and advocate the identical objective, namely the collective singing of O Canada once a week in all Canadian elementary schools, be they public, Catholic, private, religious, or multicultural. I'm not asking you to do this for Bruce Hogan. I'm asking you to do it for those previously mentioned who paid the supreme sacrifice on our behalf, plus those Canadians totally incapable of doing this. Thus you, and you alone, must make that decision. In closing, a reiteration of my warmest and sincerest thanks to the University of Alberta for receiving this prestigious honorary Doctors of Law degree. And one last word to our 420 forthcoming degree recipients. As you depart the University of Alberta distinguished halls of learning with your respective degrees, please remember these 10 simple words from Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you, good luck, and God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Hogan. You certainly haven't lost your ability to communicate an inspiring message. You've heard some very wonderful tributes from His Honor and from Dean Leslie Cormack. And I can just add that beyond all the recognition that Bruce has received and the contributions he's made, most fundamentally, he's been an exemplary citizen of our community who has always said yes to every opportunity and every need in our community. And he's an exemplary husband, father, grandfather, brother, neighbor, and just community supporter. So again, I want to recognize Dr. Hogan for the tremendous contribution, the tremendous honor he's given us by accepting this honorary degree. Thank you. Dr. Hogan will now sign the honor roll. Well, now it's legal. Thank you. And now, graduates, it's your turn. Shortly, the Dean, President, and I will present the statements to confirm your degrees. You will then come up and cross the stage. As the name of each graduate is called, I will then formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have the opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will also walk past the University of Alberta's ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates to our community. Enjoy the day.
The candidates for degrees will please rise and follow on page 4 of the Convocation program. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and this of your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? These
by virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, and for all who believe to serve your God, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Philip Bryden, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Law. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Sarah Elizabeth Mary Hamill. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Juris Doctor, the recipient of the Horace Harvey Medal in Law, John Anthony Kenneth Ragush, with distinction.
John Ragush is this year's recipient of the Horace Harvey Medal in Law. This is awarded to the graduating student with the highest academic standing in the work prescribed for the LLB degree and was endowed by the late Horace Harvey, former Chief Justice of Alberta. John's commitment to his education has not gone unnoticed, as he has been recognized with numerous scholarships and awards throughout his academic career. John has previously been awarded the Governor General's Silver Medal and the Dr. Hugh Harris Medal in Business. John's bright future will lead him to Calgary, where he will begin his articles of courtship at the Court of Queen's Bench. Congratulations and best of luck to you, John.
Thanks so much for your honor. Thank you.
I really had a wonderful time.
I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. Keep in touch.
Certainly.
I look forward to hearing about it.
Barbara Lynn Acton. Glenn Ayers. Christina Peggy Bear. Mark Jeffrey Bergen. Peter Basta. Elliot Hunter Bridgewater. Judy Nadine Brunet. Selena Chan. Rena Chan. Diana Hum Cho with distinction. Catherine Mary Christensen. Sandra Michelle Christensen. Nicholas Alexander Clark. Nicole Leanne Clark. Eve Leslie Coppinger with distinction. Austin Barkley Corbett. Michael Allen Corbett. Julia Luciana Raluca Ibanescu. Regan Eugene Dahl. Maxwell DeGroat. Gautam Singh Dillon with distinction. Brittany Doucette. Angela Ann Duffield. Joel Simon Elzen Hoskin. Judy Feng. Joel Hartley Franz with distinction. Catherine Elizabeth Fraser with distinction. Renée Marie Gagnon. Vani Govindarajan. Rebecca Sheila Hansen. Stephen Hermanus Hansen. Patrick Terrence Hogan, with distinction. Amal Haymor. Sarah Hayward. Caitlin Page Hickey. Erin Marie Nitt. Rachel Ann Hoven. Alexander Barry Hunt. Sohail Shahin Hussein. Lucas Heiser Waringa. Catherine Johnson. Amanda Anna Cadaville. Mandy Kallmeyer. Anthony Casa. Kathleen Sarah Kenny. Megan Jane Keong. Hyuk Kim. Rebecca Laura Koss, with distinction. Dana Elizabeth Kwasny, with distinction. Samantha Erin Laban. Eric Chuck Lamb. Bryce Charles Lawrence, with distinction. Carmen Chimen Lee. David Warren Lloyd. Joanne Elaine Lloyd. Michael Long. Andrew Ryan McEachern. Laura Margaret McClelland, with distinction. Kaylee Lauren Mack. Matilda Mikulska. Lisa Catherine Martins. Corey Joel McCauley. Faza Anisa Mohammed. Leanne Ruth Monsma, with distinction. Robert Morrison. Matthew Mowbray. Adil Mullah. Ali Brad Nabulsi. Jeffrey Joseph Nichols. Hind Nuri. Jeffrey Peter O'Brien. Max William Olesinski. Thomas Walsh Anthony Osterwerka with distinction. Athena Georgia Fotonopoulos. Melissa Joan Preston with distinction. Pablo Retamoso Landeo. Matthew David Riskin with distinction. Roger George Rowe. Allison Lau Scott. Catherine Marie Scott. Scott Richard James Sherlock with distinction. Christopher Michael Simard with distinction. David Nicholas Sims. Kelsey Lynn Sinclair. Brandon Fraser Smith. Magdalena Wachowska with distinction. Roxy Wang. Greg Donald Weber with distinction. Jill Marie Wheat with distinction. Morgan Sparling Wheaton. Shannon Joy Whitaker. Jordan Ray. Karen Pui Yanwun. Kamal Ahmad Yassin. Sang Ho Yu. Maciek Alexander Zelnick.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Leslie Cormack, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Arts. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Alison Ann Hurlbert. Daniel Morley Johnson. Amy Lynn Shirkey. Christine Yvonne Smitka. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Arts, Yanyuan Chen. Carl Davis. Ali Kira Gratkowski. Tracy Margaret Hilden. James Robin Clausen. Janam Mehta. Tamoka Miyamoto. Megan Elizabeth Morehouse. Carmen Zoe Norris. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Science, Daniel Aboye Abera. Ryan Gary Podlubny. Yasmin Tulpar. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Fine Arts, Tatiana Duque Valencia. Nancy Jane McAleer. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Design, Hussein Al-Mosawi. Salim Kamal Azam. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Caitlin Jane Andrea. Recipient of an Alison White Faculty of Arts Honours Prize, Bruce Robert Cinnamon with First Class Honours. Recipient of the Duncan Alexander McGibbon Medal in Economics, Sandrine Dogne Penlap with First Class Honours. Samantha Louise Fitzner. Recipient of the S.W. Field Prize in History, Erin Rachel Gallagher Kohun with First Class Honours. Nicole Katrina Harris with First Class Honours. Rowan Noel Hickey with First Class Honours. Shayna Neal Humble with First Class Honours. Recipient of the Duncan Alexander McGibbon Medal in Political Science and the Faculty of Arts Outstanding Achievement Medal, Dongwoo Kim with First Class Honours. Harley James Morrison with First Class Honours. Recipient of the Rutherford Memorial Medal in English and the Sarah Nettie Christie Prize in English, Deborah Faith Ramkallowan with First Class Honours.
She's also supposed to have First Class Honours.
Lucy Stepanek with First Class Honours. Katie Marie Tchowski. Timothy Xing Yan Yu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Kayla Joanne Acevedo. Recipient of both her Bachelor of Arts and a Certificate in International Learning, Judith Andrea Acevedo Paz. Receiving both her Bachelor of Arts with distinction and her Certificate in International Learning, Lola Ademeo. Receiving both his Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Finance, Bentley Darrell Alexander Allen. Lynn Gail Atkin with distinction. Erin Michelle Ballantyne with distinction. Shirley Lorraine Baptiste. Haley Felicia Barber with distinction. Martina Avis Bateman with distinction. Sarah Steele Beaton. Tina Lynn Beckett. Janeth Kathleen Bedard with distinction. Ewan Langford Cathiel. Ahaisibwe Paul Birungi. Janine Elizabeth Bourbeau with distinction. Sarah Frances Boyer. Receiving both her Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Translation Studies, Marcella Kate Boyle. Jessica Ann Bresler. Carissa Brills. Victor Brinnick with distinction.
The middle name's Maurice.
Catherine Maurice Brown. Catherine Elizabeth Brown with distinction. Stephanie Marie Brown.
Sydney Grace Budgeon.
Sydney Grace Budgeon with distinction.
Alicia Cherise.
Alisa Charisse Denise Butler with distinction. Piao Piao Tsai. Shangshao Chai. Justin William Carlson with distinction. Melody Champagne. Janine Holly Chan with distinction. Tik Hang Chan. Yawen Chen. Chang Chen. Linying Chen. Receiving both her Bachelor of Arts and her Certificate in Translation Studies, Yi Wang Yvonne Cheng. Jill Chiselsky with distinction. Liam Patrick Cody. Maria Carla Lenina Komada with distinction.
He just wants Joshua.
Joshua Connaughton. Graham Lewis Cook with distinction. Rebecca Ann Cooper with distinction. Jeffrey Thomas Cook. Yifan Dai. Brendan Thomas Dawidowski. Brandon Patrick Day. Cassandra Maria Suzanne DeGrasse with distinction. Sheng Deng. Glyndon Dobson.
Moise Dodard.
Moïse Dodard.
Drouillard.
Adam David Everett Drouillard. Darcy Marina Dyer. Andrew James Elder. Kathleen Mary Felix with distinction. Hui Chao Feng. Caitlin Mary Ann Field with distinction. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Translation Studies, Monica Filoteo. Eric Michael Fincham. Caitlin Fitch. Sarah Helena Flowers. Caroline Eva Ford. Lucy Helen Ford with distinction. Rose Eva Alma Forges Jenkins. Jingshu Fu. Nicole Marie Gallup with distinction. Wen Gao. Kyle Michael Gowerluck. Winja Ji. Carolyn Elizabeth Ann Gibbons. Kevin Philip Goris with distinction. Yuenan Gong with distinction. Jillian Bernadette Gordon. Daniel Raymond Graham with distinction. Caitlin Ann Grant. Mackenzie Irene Pearl Ground. Lina Guan. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Arts with distinction and her Certificate in Translation Studies, Charlene Guan. Receiving today her Bachelor of Arts and a Certificate in the Economics and Management of Natural Resources, Energy and the Environment, Yanjun Guo. Sadiq Haji. Receiving both her Bachelor of Arts and her Certificate in Translation Studies, Samar Hamami. Fair Han. Xuanzi Han. Tony Shea Ayimofe Harrison. James Locke Marshall Hart with distinction. Alicia Hartfield. Fang He. Jiayuan He with distinction. Aidan James Helfrich. Cora Rose Henderson. Shani Harath. Jill Caitlin Hestback. Victoria Saber Hinderks. Claire Ann Edna Hoffman with distinction. Nicole Gillian Hoffman with distinction. Rebecca Faith Horton. Amber Lee Hostin with distinction. Meng Hu. Shiming Hu. Qin Wen Huang with distinction. Yu Huang. Tyler James Gar Ming Hum with distinction. Taryn Alicia Hunchak with distinction. Kyle Brendan Ireland. Keisha James. Da Jiang. Yawen Jing. Vivian Zhou. Tuo Kang. Jenna Erin Kennedy. Caitlin Sibylla Kessels. John Montague Kilo. Ling Xiao Xiao Kong. Paulina Anna Korzatkowski. Kristen Anne Lacourcière. Kyle Lai. And then Billy. Chung Leung Lam Billy. Jesse Danielle Lambright. Scott Russell Lang. Kendra Joelle Longauger with distinction. Megan Danielle Langlois. Jerome Chun Lin Law. Delana Macbeth Lawson. Shat Jiang. Rémi Teresa Anna Leblanc. Jenna Lee.
Keegan Mark Leiterman. Janae Marie Lewis with distinction. Han Adam Lee. Tai Bao Lee. Yi Li. Yu Li. Yushan Lee. Nicole Madeline Liesner. Xiaoying Lin. Dominica Lorette with distinction. Elin Liu. Zive Liu. Sarah Lindsay Loudon. Anne-Marie Dawn Lowther. Jiali Liu. Lu Lu. Feng Luo. Jing Ma. Jun Ma. Rui Ma. Lauricia Jamie McLeod. Laura Ray McCullough. Anna Marie Laurie Main. Jocelyn Imogene Ment. Graduating today with both a certificate in World Sound Arts and a Bachelor of Arts, Samuel Jonathan Kern Maroney with distinction. Noriko Naomi Marumo. Ashlyn Page McCartney. Allison Haley McIntosh with distinction. Caitlin Elizabeth McKinley. Julianne Mercer with distinction. Chelsea Lynn Merkel. With both a certificate in international learning and a Bachelor of Arts, Gabriela Mesta Kim Cantero. And her entourage. Emily Rose Miller. Olivia May Miller. Samuel Henry Miller with distinction. Margaret Thea Mitchell. Jennifer Elizabeth Morley with a Bachelor of Arts and a certificate in international learning. Jane Wanjiku Mundia. Spencer Lee Murray. Alicia Ann Noura Musani. Nadine Marissa Nahas with distinction. Matthew Richard McCreary with distinction. Patricia Chi Yan Ing. With a Bachelor of Arts, a Certificate in International Learning, and a Certificate in Translation Studies, Victoria Nguyen. Eric Anthony Nilsson. Mao Nhu. Amy Catherine Maria Nothoff with distinction. Melinda Suzanne Dorothea Noyes. Recipient of the William C. Wonders Medal in Geography, Michael Dennis O'Neill with distinction. Jan O'Reilly. Megan Rianne Orchin with distinction. Nemesio Taok Pakubas III. Abdul Rahim Paiwand. Jacob Wayne Papineau with distinction. Rhiannon Mary Purley-Waugh with distinction. With a Bachelor of Arts and a Certificate in Translation Studies, Bethany Lucienne Paulus. Joel Daniel Richard. Garth Richards. Jessica Darlene Ringness. With a Bachelor of Art and a Certificate in the Economics and Management of Natural Resources, Energy and the Environment, Jawira Masur Rizvi. Alexander Thomas Robinson. Gemma Karen Robinson. William Elliott Rooney. Julia Marie Roth. Kelsey Rothwell. Receiving today both a Bachelor of Arts and a degree in mathematics, Melissa Ruchogeza. Lauren Elizabeth Rudat with distinction. Andrew Rudzitas. Mohamed Suleiman Salat with distinction. Megan Elizabeth Schaub with distinction. Caitlin Druann Schultz. Martin Schwartz with distinction. Michelle Renee Scott. Sarah Elizabeth Scott. Alexander Seifert. Christina Settingiano. Justin Daniel Shapitka. Ryan Douglas Shapitka. Heather Dawn Shepard with distinction. Anki Shi. Kylie Shore. Shane Douglas Siermacheski. Richard Mackenzie Small. Madeline Emily Catherine Smith with distinction. Wei Song. Victoria Alexandra Sonnenberg. Tracy Lynn Stalls with distinction. Torrin Alexandra Sotheby with distinction. Stacy Ann Swain with distinction. Ki Tan. Serena Tang. Erin Nicole Taskey. Marissa Ashley Thomas with distinction. Yi Tian. Kieran Anders Trimby. Felicia Truong. Yi En Cao. Katrina Josephine Turkington. With both a Bachelor of Arts and a Certificate in Finance, Kirsten Vandenboomen. Bert Daniel Van Mechelen. Eric Vaudry with distinction. Gianmarco Francesco Visconti with distinction. Rosie Wanlu Voon. Jialang Wang. Mengkang Wang. Yidi Wang. Yingshuang Wang. Yukung Wang. Zhiji Wang. Kimberly Joy Wester. Joshua Westlake. Olivia Ann Cleve Wiggins. With a Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Computer Game Development, Maren Elizabeth Wilson. Dylan Nicholas Wisnera. Paula Wolanski. With a Bachelor of Arts and a Certificate in Translation Studies, King Kwong Wong with distinction. Madeline May Wong with distinction. Joanna Sarah Reeks. Menya Wu. Yanan Xiang. Xinyu Xie. Xingyi Xie. Cheng Xin. Jinxian Xu. Sam Yang. Si Young. Ya Zhou Yang. Ye Ling Yang. Yao Yao. Ji Yin. Joseph Robert Iyangan. Xingxuan Yu. Xunyu Zhang. Ran Zhang. Tongjun Zhang with distinction. Junyang Zhao. Yangxi Zheng. Luting Zhao. Juqin Zhuang. With a Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Computer Game Development, Grady John Jelke. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art and Design, Brielle Ashley Bukida. Sugar Siuka Hung. Miranda Sharon Mewhort. Samuel Joseph Egtren. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Design, Max Tobias Roy Amarongjan. Shayla Irene Anderson. Ivan Jihang Ao. James Barone. Miriam Bigra. Kayla Eileen Kalfas with distinction. Jianing Qi. Jenna Louise Clarahan. Natika Rayleigh Cullum with distinction. Dennis Rupert Godin with distinction. Erin Deborah Greeno with distinction. Rindy Jean Rose Johansson. Masa Karimi. Stephanie Adele Karpuk. Daniel Henry Kent with distinction. Linnea Christine Lapp with distinction. Chenyi Liao. Dennis Limatovsky. Justine Alyssa Milton. Christopher Perron with distinction. Jillian Marie Richards. Farwa Sadiq Zada with distinction. Eric Robert Scott. Susanna Ruth Scott. Kapil Vachar. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Drama, Maren Elizabeth Carr-Wigan with distinction. Oscar Dirks with distinction. Braden Aubrey Dowler Coltman with distinction. Kedra Tatiana Druho, graduating with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Stage Management. Zoe Claire Glassman with distinction. Georgia Claire Irwin with distinction. Marianne Wanda Kirby with distinction. Adam Charles Xavier Klassen with distinction. Graham James Mothersill with distinction. Christina Kimberly Patalas. Andrea Lindsay Rankin with distinction. Christian John Asbjørn Steck with distinction. Erin Cynthia Valentine with distinction.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program but who are not in attendance.
Wow, what a great morning. I think you'll agree with me that seeing today's graduates cross the stage is impressive. Today is a truly proud moment for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 6,738 students this spring convocation. Graduates, you are now part of the U of A family. Your U of A degree can never be dissolved. Think of the U of A colors of green and gold. Gold is a precious metal that withstands the ravages of time. It can be molded into any shape, stretched into a fine thread, and still retain its fundamental qualities. It is a fitting symbol of the permanence of the relationship you share with the University of Alberta. Green, on the other hand, is a symbol of growth and change, of new beginnings. Taken together, green and gold encapsulate what I hope the education you have received at the University of Alberta means to you. If we've done our job well, your education should be a permanent and enriching feature of your life, as well as an important source of lifelong personal and professional growth. Graduates, it's your turn to get up, turn around, and give a huge round of applause to the people who supported you throughout it all, to your parents, your siblings, and your families, and your spouses. Please stand up and turn around. Okay, now that I have you all back with us, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before we formally induct you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, we want to remind you of the journey you've been on to get to this ceremony with the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint Jean in celebration of the university's centenary in 2008 and is performed by Chorale Saint Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. Franz Lavoisier-Ouimet and arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan, and captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university. I hope the images that will accompany the song show some of your own particular story and bring back fond memories of your time spent here. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, class of 2014. Wow, what a view of the future I have. Just a sec here. Thank you. My name's Glenn Kubish, BA, another millennium, and it is my honor to welcome you and officially induct you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association. As you've heard, among your alumni family are a Prime Minister, a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, a Nobel laureate, as well as many other outstanding business leaders, artists, educators, humanitarians around the world, alumni all dedicated to uplifting the whole people. Today, you become alumni of the University of Alberta and join this beautiful group. Bienvenue à notre famille mondiale. Graduates, would you please stand? Rise to these words. As a new ambassador for the University of Alberta, use the knowledge you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. I call upon you to maintain a lifelong connection with your university. As an alumnus of the University of Alberta, be proud of your degree and your fellow alumni. Nurture lifelong friendships cultivated on this campus. Celebrate our university's many successes and recommend it to others. Take part in your Alumni Association's many events and activities. You are officially a lifetime member of a powerful worldwide network of friends and colleagues, and on behalf of all alumni, I am so pleased to welcome you to the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations, best wishes on your future. Please be seated.
A few final words before we wrap up the convocation today. All of us on stage today commend you on your accomplishments and congratulate you on this wonderful achievement. Our honorary degree recipient today offered us a brilliant example of community leadership, of public service, and commitment to his community. Mr. Bruce Hogan, thank you again, and thank you to your family and extended family and friends for being here and sharing this important occasion with us. Thank you again. It is also my pleasure to recognize Professor Annalise Acorn, winner of this year's Rutherford Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Teaching, the University of Alberta's Gold Medal for Undergraduate Teaching. Professor Acorn, please stand and be acknowledged. Now, graduates, the world is open for you to go out and be the leaders that you've seen on the stage and heard from our leaders today. We charge you to go out and serve your chosen career and your profession, to serve your family and your community, and you'll find the world will thank you in return. On your behalf, I wish to thank our superb vocalist, Ms. Alyn Kerrigan, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. And finally, I would like to thank our graduates once more. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking on the responsibility of being a university graduate. And thank you for joining our university alumni family. In most families, we celebrate special occasions by sharing fellowship together. And I invite everyone to join us in the lobby after the ceremony and enjoy the rest of your day. May your dreams take you far, and may you always remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. Have a wonderful day.